Welcome to Echoes of Star-Crossed Love, a channel where timeless love stories echo through the stars. Hello, and welcome. Find a comfortable spot, dim the lights, and let me tell you a story. Tonight, we journey to the vast, sun-drenched landscapes of Arizona, a place of stark beauty and profound silence. But beneath the shifting sands and under the canopy of a million stars, some stories never truly end. This is a tale not of terror, but of timeless love and sorrowful devotion. This is the legend of the Desert Bride. Our story begins in the late 19th century, a time of pioneers and prospectors, of dreams chased across an unforgiving frontier. Nestled somewhere in the great Sonoran Desert, there was a small, hopeful town. Its name has been lost to time, swallowed by the very sands that surrounded it. It was a dusty collection of wooden buildings, a saloon, a general store, and a handful of homes, all clinging to life around a precious, sputtering well. It was a place where life was hard, but the community was strong, bound together by shared hardship and a common dream of a better future. Living in this remote outpost was a young woman named Elara. She was known throughout the small community for her kindness and a spirit as bright as the desert wildflowers that bloomed after a rare rain. Her heart belonged to a man named Liam, a determined and handsome leader of a small caravan. Liam wasn't a prospector seeking gold. He was a merchant, trading goods between the isolated settlements that dotted the vast expanse. His visits were the highlight of Elara's life, each arrival a celebration, each departure a bittersweet promise of return. Their love was the town's favorite story. They planned to marry as soon as Liam returned from one last ambitious trading journey. He was heading to a distant city to purchase supplies the town desperately needed before the brutal heat of summer set in tools, seeds, and most importantly, equipment to deepen their failing well. Elara sewed her wedding dress herself, from fine white cotton he had brought her on his last trip. The stitches were filled with her hopes and dreams of the life they would build together. As she worked, she would gaze out at the endless dunes, imagining the sight of his caravan appearing on the horizon. On the day of his departure, Liam promised he would be back by the next full moon. He kissed Elara, his eyes reflecting the endless blue sky. "I'll ride back to you faster than a desert wind," he vowed. Elara stood watching, her hand shielding her eyes from the sun, until his caravan was just a speck in the shimmering heat haze. The whole town waved him off, their hopes for survival riding with him. Days turned into weeks. Elara marked each passing day, her anticipation growing as the full moon approached. She finished her dress, a simple but beautiful gown that seemed to capture the light of the moon itself. The night of the full moon arrived, casting a silver glow over the silent desert. Elara, wearing her wedding dress, climbed to the top of the highest dune overlooking the trail, a lantern in her hand. She was certain this would be the night. She would be the first to see him, a waiting bride to welcome her groom. She waited all night, the lantern's flame flickering in the gentle breeze. The moon set and the sun rose, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, but the horizon remained empty. Another day passed and another night. Still, there was no sign of Liam or his caravan. A week went by. The town grew anxious. Their water supply was dwindling, and the supplies Liam carried were their only hope. Fear, a cold and creeping thing, began to settle over the small community. Elara refused to give up hope. Every single night, as dusk settled over the desert, she would put on her white dress, light her lantern, and walk to the top of that same dune. She became a fixture, a silent, hopeful silhouette against the twilight sky. Some townsfolk admired her devotion, while others whispered that her grief was making her lose her mind. She paid them no heed. Her world had narrowed to that single point on the horizon where Liam would appear. Months bled into a year. The town's well ran completely dry. The relentless sun and the encroaching sand became unbearable. One by one, The families packed what little they had and moved on, seeking water and life elsewhere. They urged Alara to come with them, to leave this place of sorrow and lost hope, but she refused. "He is coming back for me," she would say, her voice soft but firm. "I must be here when he arrives." Eventually, the last family left. The town was abandoned, left to the mercy of the wind and the sand. The desert, patient and persistent, began its slow work of reclamation. Sand drifted against the walls of the saloon, filled the empty doorways of homes, and slowly, inexorably, began to bury the town where love had once bloomed. Soon, all that remained were a few weathered rooftops peeking out from the ever-growing dunes, like tombstones for a forgotten dream. And still, Alara waited. Her physical form may have succumbed to the harshness of the wasteland, but her spirit, fueled by an unbreakable love and an unanswered promise, remained. She became a part of the desert, a legend whispered by travelers and local tribes. They say that even now, if you find yourself in that remote, trackless part of the Arizona desert, you might see something impossible. On nights when the moon is full and the air is still, a mysterious light can be seen, bobbing and weaving in the distance, as if someone is carrying a lantern over the dunes. It's a soft, gentle glow, not frightening, but deeply melancholic. Those who have tried to approach the light say it always seems to stay just out of reach, leading them deeper into the labyrinth of sand. Some claim to have gotten close enough to see a faint, shimmering figure, a woman in a flowing white dress, her form translucent against the starry sky. She appears to be searching, her gaze fixed on the horizon, forever scanning the empty expanse for a caravan that will never return. What became of Liam and his men? No one knows for sure. Most believe they fell victim to the unforgiving nature of the desert, perhaps a sudden, violent sandstorm, a hidden canyon, or simply losing their way and perishing from thirst. Their fate is another secret the desert keeps. But the legend isn't about their demise, it's about her devotion. It's a story of a love so powerful that it transcended life and death, binding a soul to a single eternal purpose. The desert bride of Arizona doesn't haunt the dunes with malice. She is not a vengeful spirit. She is a sorrowful soul, locked in an endless vigil. Her gentle light is not a warning, but a beacon of eternal love, a testament to a promise she believes will one day be kept. So as you drift off to sleep, picture the vast, silent desert under a blanket of stars. Imagine a soft light glowing on a distant dune, a lonely bride still waiting for her lost love. Her story reminds us that some bonds are so strong they can never be broken, not by distance, not by hardship, and not even by time itself. She is the heart of the desert, forever wandering, forever waiting, a soothing, silent romance written upon the sands. Thank you for listening tonight. I hope this story brought you a sense of peace and wonder. If you enjoyed our journey into the heart of the desert, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more tales from the quiet corners of the world. Sleep well, and may your dreams be peaceful.